Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back. So I've been shooting a lot of my videos on my workouts, how I combine TUAN TRAN JKD training with athletic performance training, and that's the whole thing. Technique is one thing, but the ability to deliver the technique in a high stress situation, in a combative situation, that's another thing, and usually athletic performance needs to be paired with that. So one of my favorite things to do is just the good old-fashioned jump rope. You got $5 to $10. You can do it anywhere. Works on all levels of combat training, athletic performance training. So if you're serious, this is something you should incorporate. And it'll work on muscle recruitment patterns, upper lower extremities coordination, balance, conditioning, endurance, you name it, the jump rope is there. And just look at all the great fighters and martial artists of the world that have really push themselves to the upper echelon, and you'll see that this is a common thing that a lot of them will do, right? So you can do all kinds of patterns. I'm a little tired, so I might mess up a few times and just try to showcase some of the things you guys can do. So the jump rope, you can keep it simple. You can do your basic jump. Let's see. You can run in place. You can do a boxer shuffle. You can crisscross your legs. You can go left to right. Getting that lateral movement of the frontal plane, right? You can do high knees. You can crisscross. There's all kinds of things you can do. So, hold on one second, I'll be right back. It's open day. So, as you can see, it's a great way to warm up, but it really focuses on a lot of athletic performance aspects. And then again, if you're a combat specialist, you're a fighter, MMA guy, boxer, it's needed if you want to really take your abilities to that next level. So I'll move on to the rest of my video and showcase again how I pair everything to work on both aspects. There you go. So today's workout, I like to do a lot of pull-ups to work on back strength, grip strength, arm strength, and also it's a great calisthenic exercise because you have to stabilize and engage your core in order to do them. Now, I'm not a big fan of the kipping and butterflying pull-ups that they do in CrossFit. Again, if you do that, that's your decision, but I'm more about generating the true strength needed, because if I'm engaging with someone, sometimes maybe I can use momentum, sometimes I might not be able to, and so if I want to pull or control my opponent, well, this is a great exercise to incorporate that control and that strength combination. Now, extra bonus I have in my facilities is that you can see that there's some blue handles, and those are the rock climber handles. So that will also help to toughen up my hands and work on grip strength too. So usually I like to do a set there. When I do my pull-ups, I like to fully elongate, work on that eccentric portion of the muscles, so that I make myself strong from one point to the other, 100% range of motion. Because again, in fighting and combat, you never know what's going to happen. The last thing you want to do is generate a weakness in a certain range of motion, and then your opponent catches you in that range of motion where you needed strength but you didn't have it, then he has the advantage or she has the advantage and you don't. So here I go. So there you guys saw, just a simple pull, again using the rock climber handles to increase the intensity on grip strength, and just a way of progressing when it comes to strength and capabilities as a fighter, combat specialist, and as an athlete, and also as an athlete. So again, moving on. Alright guys, so I have here a machete. You can get it at any hardware store. I'm going to do the Lacasa 1 through 17 from Guru Daniel Santos' numbering system. When there's no one in the facilities, I like to take advantage of that and just work on that, because again, there's armed combat, there's unarmed combat, and person who considers himself a combat specialist or a martial arts should train in both so that they are knowledgeable. And what I like about the machete versus the collie stick is it's heavier, it's going to increase the demand, and sometimes people get lazy about their grip strength when it comes to using weapons, and this thing will not allow you to have that as a component of being lax and lazy about, right? So first I'm going to start with my left hand. This is my recessive hand, so obviously it's not going to look as smooth or as nice as my dominant hand, but that's the thing about a weapon system is that I really enjoy. It forces you to really work on your weaknesses and that recessive side. So ready to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay? So obviously you want to practice both sides, so now I'm going to go to my dominant hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, so there you guys have it. So in between my sets of pull-ups, and since there's no one in my facilities, I'm taking advantage and just doing my weapon systems training. Okay, alright, a little bit more to come later on. Alright, so just finishing off today's training, just going to do some single arm curls with supination while staying on one leg and stretching the other leg. So we're going to release some tightness, stabilization on one leg, and then going through 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 25. And what I like about this exercise, you're working on so many things at the same time. I'm releasing tension, which is needed, right? You want to have better flexibility, and for you to get better workouts, it just depends on how fast you recover between them. I'm working on stabilization, making each leg independently strong and stable, and making them accountable on their own, so that when I combine both legs on the ground, I'm just that much stronger and more capable, right? And then I'm doing some curls. I'm keeping the reps high because, nothing works once you get tired. So if you have a lot of power but you have no endurance, then that might be a bad situation if you can't take your opponent out very quickly. So I'm working on a lot of things. And of course, the added bonus is that this does help to improve your aesthetics if you do it properly. So now I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so I kind of will face this way. Again, stretch, stabilize, balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And of course, the added bonus to this is that if you're staying on one leg while stretching the other leg, you can't really use a lot of momentum, so it's a more honest curl when it comes to formal technique. Alright guys, so there you have it. Just another video of how I approach my own training to combine my martial arts training with my athletic performance training. And that way I'm moving forward and moving progressively on everything. And being mindful of keeping myself balanced and not allowing myself to skew to something I prefer or favor. And I'm training everything together. And as always, as I explained before, I am the authorized practitioner here in Houston, Texas when it comes to teaching Sijo Bruce Lee's original content from his TUAN TRAN JKD system. I'm under the umbrella and authorization of my instructor, Sifu Peter Wynn, who earned his full certification in instructorship through Guru Dan Sanso. So if you're looking for someone to teach you the contents of the TUAN TRAN JKD system with private lessons, let me know. You can contact me through email. Okay, you guys, well, take care. Until next time.